Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatare. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrindam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So I welcome you all for this Brahma-saṁhitā discussions. Today we are on Shloka 27. This Shloka. Okay, so just before reading text 27, just to remind ourselves a little bit, we were discussing last few shlokas how Brahma, this shloka 23, coming out of lotus, Brahma being guided by divine potency, turned his mind to act of creation under impulse of previous impressions, but he could see nothing but darkness in every direction. And then the goddess of learning Saraswati, divine consort of Supreme Lord, said thus to Brahma, who saw nothing but the gloom in all directions. O Brahma, this mantra, Klim Krishnaya, Govindaya, Gopijana Vallabhaya Swaha, will assuredly fulfill your heart's desires. So Divya Saraswati was sent by the Lord to instruct him. So he heard, Tapastvam Tapaetena. So O Brahma, do you practice spiritual association by means of this mantra, then all your desires will be fulfilled. So these are instructions by the Divya Saraswati, Tapa, 2 times Bhagavatam says, we heard about Tapa, and Tapa means practice of spiritual association by means of this mantra. Okay. Atatepe Suchiram, then Brahma, being desirous of satisfying Govinda, practiced the cultural acts for Krishna in Goloka, Lord of Shvetadvip, for a long time. His meditation ran thus. There exists divine lotus of 1,000 petals, augmented by millions of filaments in the transcendental land of Goloka. On his wall, there exists a great divine throne on which is seated Sri Krishna, the form of eternal effulgence of transcendental bliss, playing on his divine flute, resonant with the divine sound with his lotus mouth. He is worshipped by his amorous milkmaids with their respective subjective portions and extensions, and also by his external energy, who stays outside, embodying all mundane qualities. So this is what happened. He chanted the mantra, Gopala mantra, and meditated on spiritual world, Lord Brahma, and meditated on the form of the Lord playing the flute, sitting on the throne in the midst of the Goloka, in the midst of that hexagonal abode described earlier, and sitting on the jewel throne and enjoying pastimes with the gopis. This is what they say, amorous milkmaids with their respective subjective portion. Okay, so now today's shloka says like this: Atavenu ninadasya trai murti mai gati spuranti praviveshashu mukhabjani swayam bhuvaham Gayatrim gayatastasmat adigatya sarojjaja sanskritascha guruna vijatam agamat tataha. Then what happens? The Gayatri, mother of the Vedas, being made manifest, imparted by the divine sound or the flute of Sri Krishna, entered into the lotus mouth of Brahma, born from himself. Through his 8 ear holes, the lotus-born Brahma, having received the Gayatri, sprung from the flute songs of Sri Krishna, attained the status of the twice-born, having been initiated by the supreme primal preceptor, Godhead himself. So this shloka 27 explains now the fruit of Brahma's meditation, contemplation, tapa. What is it? That Lord Krishna now imparted Gayatri mantra to him, initiated him. Brahma was initiated by Krishna. He received sound through his flute. So this is Bhagavan. Bhagavan initiates somebody by playing flute. You see that? This is Bhagavan. This is how he imparts knowledge. So he imparted divine sound of the flute of Krishna, which entered into Brahma's 8 ears. Through the ears, and then came into his mouth, so he could speak it out. He spoke the Gayatri. And he became twice born. Okay, so we heard there are two births. What are the two births? First is one by your mother and father, and second birth is when you are initiated by the spiritual master, correct? Vija. Vija means Brahmana, those who are initiated. But okay, we'll read the purport and then we'll discuss. The sound of Krishna's flute is transcendental blissful sound. Hence the archetype of all Veda is present in it. Archetype of all Veda, archetype means the original substance from which everything else is copied. Like you have archetype of something, then you make many copies of it, okay? Or the essence. The Gayatri is Vedic Rhythm. Okay, so the Gayatri is the meter in which Vedic mantras are chanted. It contains brief meditation and prayer. This is description of Gayatri mantras. Kama Gayatri, the mantra now received by Brahma from Krishna's flute, it's Kama Gayatri Mantra, is the highest of all Gayatris, because the meditation and prayer contained in it are full of the perfect transcendental sportive activities, means leelas of the Lord, which are not to be found in any other Gayatri. So this particular Gayatri refers to the pastimes of Krishna with the gopis, particularly with Srimati Radharani. Okay. So the Gayatri thus is attained as the sequel of the 18-letter mantra, Kama Gayatri, which runs thus: Klim Kama Devaya Vidmahe Pushpavanaya Dhimahi Tanno Nangaf Prachodayat. In this Gayatri, the realization of transcendental pastimes of Sri Gopijana Vallabha after perfect meditation and the prayer for the attainment of the transcendental God of love are indicated. So Kama Devaya. Kama Deva is a Cupid, but here actually refers to Krishna. Therefore it's a transcendental God of love. Not the mundane Cupid, the God of mundane sexual attraction, but actually the transcendental Cupid, the Krishna, Rasavaisa, the source of all rasa, Krishna, the all-attractive one, Krishna who attracts the living beings and non-living beings. Everything and everyone is attracted by Krishna. So he has position of transcendental God of love. Okay, so in the spiritual world, there is no better mode of endeavor for securing the super excellent rasa vidyud love. In the spiritual, there is no better mode of endeavor for securing super rasa vidyud love. Rasa vidyud love, dew, you know the dew in the morning comes on the grass and the leaves and the dew. So rasa vidyud love, there is no better method. In spiritual, there is no better mode of endeavor for securing that. So this mantra will invoke the highest rasa, which is Madhurya rasa. In the person, and place one in the spiritual world, where one can love God with full heart, with full love, particularly vidyud, rasa vidyud love. Develop one rasa will be, one spiritual form is manifested and one rasa will be manifested in the relation to Krishna, and that is Madhurya rasa, the highest one, rasa vidyud with love. As soon as the Gayatri entered into the ear holes of Brahma, he became twice born and began to chant the Gayatri. Okay, so this is the initiation, the Diksha process. Whoever has received the same Gayatri in reality has attained his spiritual rebirth. So we are coming in Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Vaishnava Sampradaya. We also receive Gayatri mantras. The same mantras which are chanted by Brahma at the beginning of creation are chanted today by Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And this is very amazing. This is really Guru Parampara. The same mantra, Gopala mantra and Kama Gayatri will be given to all of us when Guru gives us Diksha. So whoever has received the same Gayatri in reality has attained his spiritual rebirth. The status of twice born that is obtained in accordance with one's worldly nature and lineage by the feathered souls in this material world. Feathered means chained, conditioned, okay? So the status of twice born that is obtained according to worldly nature, lineage, means those who are born in Brahmin families conditioned soul, is far inferior to that of twice born who obtains admission into transcendental world. So here immediately Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained that simply by taking birth in Brahmin family doesn't mean you are Brahmana. Those who are actually initiated into Divya Jnanam, into this transcendental mantra, which can actually invoke love of God in Madhurya Rasa by bona fide Guru, that's far superior than simply worldly nature and lineage of the Brahmanas. And we'll be discussing a little bit this today. Because the initiation or acquisition of transcendental birth as a result of spiritual initiation is the highest of glories, inasmuch as the Jiva is thereby enabled to attain to the transcendental realm. So why? Because when Guru gives a mantra and the disciple follows the instructions of Guru and he chants the mantra, that mantra will reveal his Swarupa, will involve love of God in Madhurya Rasa, particularly here discussed. And this is the highest perfection of the soul, and that enables one to enter into transcendental world. So unless this is done, unless the knowledge of Godhead is revealed by the Guru, unless the sadhana is given, unless the blessings and guidance is given, simply by taking birth in Brahmin family doesn't guarantee that you'll go home back to Godhead. Devotion must be practiced, and that also by following instruction Guru who comes in Guru Parampara. Okay, so Srila Jiva Goswami comments here that after receiving Gayatri Mantra from presiding deity of the mantra, who is Krishna, whom Brahma had worshipped, Brahma attained the status of being twice born. This is described in the shloka, Traimurti. Now look how Gayatri is described here, the Gayatri. Venu Ninadasya, Traimurti Mai, the mother of the three Vedas. This is Gayatri. Okay, see that? Traimurti Mai. Okay, Traimurti Mai. Why say three Vedas? Why does it say four Vedas? Because Atharva is whatever left of the three main Vedas. All the Vedic knowledge is contained in three Vedas, Rig, Sama, and Yajur. And Atharva is whatever unclassified division left out. So don't forget, there was a one Veda, and that was divined for practical purposes by Veda Vyasa. But not that, one Veda is missing in Gayatri, nothing like that. The essential knowledge, the main knowledge is in the three Vedas. Atharva means literally the other things. Some little whatever was not classified in this three. So the knowledge is there. Okay. Trai Murti Mai. This is Gayatri. Okay. So first, how the mantras are received from Guru? Through the ears. So this transcendental sound vibration, Shabda Brahma, the sound originated from the spiritual world. Remember, we are seeing Golokera Premadana Harinama Sankirtana. The holy name comes from the spiritual world, descends to this material world. So Guru gives this transcendental sound vibration, Shabda Brahma, through the ears. So we can see God by hearing. The transcendental sound vibration purifies the heart, purifies the mind, and one enables one to see the God, to see himself, to see his Swarupa, to realize what is my eternal relation with the God. So this is the power of this mantra. These are the powers. So we'll discuss more. Okay. So why we are speaking all this? Because look, Brahma got initiated. Okay. So this is the spiritual practice. Yeah, every spiritual sincere student has to get Diksha. This is the system. Now we say that holy name is the one who's the liver, which is true. That we know so many shlokas from Shastra that by chanting the holy name, one will go home back to Godhead. So what is the point of having Diksha? What is the point? What is the need of taking Diksha? If I can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra without Guru, without accepting the Guru, what will be result? I'll go home back to Godhead or not? Anybody? Right. So point is that Jiva is so conditioned that accepting spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada writes in Gita one nice purport, and in Bhagavatam also, quite few places Prabhupada mentioned this. By the blessing of spiritual master, by the guidance of spiritual master, the following, the principles become easier. And then one can actually avoid 10 offenses, avoid other offenses also, and get purified, becomes a sinless person, and then that makes one qualified, eligible to chant pure name. So this is the point, that what is the result of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra before Diksha? It purifies you and makes you understand that I need a Diksha, I need a Guru. That's what is the result, really, That's really what makes visible progress, that you understand, I need a Guru, I need a guidance. And that's Krishna's system. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanina sattvadarshina. Arjun, not directly, you approach Guru to get transcendental knowledge, Tattvadarshi, and then there are qualifications of Guru described and so on. But the point here is that we need a Diksha. Here, I'll just share with you some quotes from Srila Prabhupada. First, I have from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who explains, by accepting initiation from Srimad Ishwara Puri, who was the crash jewel among the Paribrajakacharyas in the Madhva Sampradaya, Srimad Mahaprabhu has taught all living entities about the necessity of taking shelter at the lotus feet of the devotees and the spiritual master. This is Krishna's path, this is Krishna's system. If you want to realize God, Krishna made the system how to come to Him. Evam parampara praptam, acharya mam vijaniyam. This is Krishna's system. You want to realize Krishna, but you have to follow Krishna's system. And Krishna says, you worship my devotee. So that tells us a lot about God. That God values His relation with His devotee so much that He said, through them you will come. By pleasing my devotees, I am pleased. Not directly. Who is my devotee? Not who claims to be my devotee. Who is devotee of my devotee? And now, the more you are devotee, over devotee of the devotee, the greatest devotee in Krishna's eyes you are. Dasa, 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 nudas. How many times? It's not even 2 times. It's not devotee of my devotee. Dasa, 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 nudas. Correct? Of course. Gopi Bhartu, Pada Kamalayo. Now we are following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sampradaya, so it's very particular whose devotees we are following also. But the principle is same in all Sampradayas. Dasa, anudas. The servant of the servant of the servant of God. So this is Krishna's system. There is no shortcut. I'll chant Hare Krishna, I'll read Bhagavad Gita, I'll worship Krishna in my home, I have money, I'll buy the deities. We went in one house of a rich man, North India, Gujarat. And we came there, and so same deities like in Juhu. He liked so much our ISKCON temple in Juhu. He had the darshans. Oh, I want, because he's very rich, he took photo and make same deities and put it home, same size, and make one room, full altar like this. And he plays in Govinda Madhi Purusham in the morning, him and wife, they worship, but no Guru, no association of devotees. So you can see by talking to him, he did not really fully advance. He is devotee, but he did not advance. He did not get it right. Everything he sings, Govinda Madhi Purusha, Maha Mantra, wife comes and offers the darpan, that's the mirror, and Arati is a Mangala Arati is 4:30, every paka, he follows like in Juhu, But it's amazing that actually when you talk to him, you see it's still, how you say, kacha, he's a still young devotee, you may say, beginning devotee, right? There's no Guru, no satsanga, no association of devotees. Alone in some city, he is doing this for years, And gradually, I just heard that he got Diksha also. So this is the point. This is the result. It must be like this. Otherwise, it's not possible. This is Krishna's system. Okay, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. He is Bhagavan, he takes Diksha. Krishna and Balaram went to Sandipani Muni's ashram to teach all conditioned souls that everybody needs Guru, particularly spiritual matters, which are beyond power of eyes or senses to perceive. For that, absolutely you need the Guru. You cannot. Other material things you can figure out yourself, But you cannot, things which are beyond our perception, beyond our mind and intellect to reach, that will not be revealed unless Shabda, Brahma, is heard from the Apta Vakya, from the Apta Purusha, from the pure soul who is free from four mistakes, and from the person who comes in Guru Parampara, who receives transcendental knowledge in the same way. It will not happen. It will not happen even if bogus Guru chants the proper mantras from the Vedas. It will not have an effect in the heart. It will not change one's heart. Even a person speaks the truth, but if he is not coming in Guru Parampara, it will not change the person. It will not have full effect. It will not have full effect. Okay, so here Srila Prabhupada in Chaitanya Charitamrita explains the Diksha ceremony. He quotes Srila Jiva Goswami in his Bhakti Sandarbhas, Divyam Jnanam yato dadhyat kuryat papasya sankshayam tasma diksheti sa prokta deshikais tattva kovidai. Diksha is the process by which one can awaken his transcendental knowledge and vanish all reactions caused by sinful activity. A person expert in the study of revealed scripture knows this process as Diksha. So this is Diksha, Divya Jnanam. We are singing Divya Jnanam Hrida Prakashita. What we are singing in the morning? Chakudan Diloye, Janma Janma Tola. No? So Guru is one who gives Divya Jnanam Hrida Prakashita. The divine knowledge, transcendental knowledge, Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana Jnana is revealed by the Guru. Okay, so this is Prabhupada quotes in Madhya Lila. Okay, let me see like this. Okay, so now we were hearing about second birth. He became second initial. But look at this quote. According to Shastras, there are three kinds of birth, Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. The first birth is from the womb of the mother. The second birth is acceptance of reformatory method. And the third birth is acceptance by spiritual master, initiation. Three births are there. Okay. Where is this coming from? Manusmriti. Manusmriti, you find three classes of births. Maturagre Dijananam, Vityam Maunji Bandhane, Tritiyam Yagya Dikshayam, Vijasya Shruti Chodanat. Brahmana gets his first birth from his mother, Shokra Janma, seminal birth. Okay. And he gets his second birth by receiving sacred thread, Savitra Janma. When you are young, 5 years, 7, 8 years old, actually Shastra says 8 years old, Brahmana will get from his Acharya, from the Guru, he will get Upanayana. He will get Brahma Gayatri. He will get first Gayatri Mantra. He will be initiated into the Vedic studies. After that, he is eligible to study Vedas. After that, he is expected to develop good qualities. After that, he is expected to act like a Brahmana, to show the Lakshanas, to show these Brahmanical qualities which are required. Why they are required? Why other classes are not eligible to study Vedas? Why Vedas are not given to everyone? Why guns are not given to everyone? Why only police and army can hold it? Because they are authorized, they know how to use it and what to use it, and not to misuse it. Vedas are the most important transcendental knowledge, how to go home back to Godhead. Many things are described there. Their material powers described there. Siddhis are described there. How to control mind, how to control others' mind. Atharva Veda, if you see, it's mind-blowing how all kinds of spells are described. How to control enemies, how to get wealth, how to win in competition, how to win a woman. All the kinds of mantras, tantras are there. So Brahmanas are situated in Sattva Gun. They are loyal to the truth. They are not going to change it. They are not going to misuse it. They are not going to abuse it. They are not going to sell it. They are not going to make material profit out of it. This is the thing, that therefore qualified person is given to take care of most important thing in the world. For the jiva, condition in material world, the Vedas are only key to come out. The only door will be opened by the Guru Sadhu Shastra. And Guru and Sadhu are speaking what Shastra says. So ultimately comes to the Shastra. What is Shastra? The pathway, the way how to come out of material explained by Krishna. So this is so important that Brahmanas are qualified. So you can see Vedas are always pushing. Lakshana, quality you have to show quality. Now the initiation is given, chance is given to develop the quality. But it's not that you are accepted automatically in Vedas. You will discuss a little bit. Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur elaborates in this Brahmana and Vaishnava book mind-blowing information how actually Vedas accepts Lakshana, the qualities, not the birth, not the Janma. Okay, so this is Savita Janma, second one, receiving sacred thread. And then, when twice born receives spiritual initiation in the form of hearing the Vedas about one's relationship with Lord, along with 5 sacrifices, it's called third birth. Okay, so this is Yagika, third birth. Okay, so where is this coming from also? This is not only Manusmriti, but look at the Bhagavatam shloka. Kim janmabis tribir veha. Kim janmabis tribir. Shukra Savita Yagiha. You see, these 3 births are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is which shloka? Let me see. This is 4:31:10. A civilized human being has 3 kinds of births. Srimad Bhagavatam. The first birth is by pure father and mother. Civilized human being means Brahmana. Okay, this is what it is. First birth by pure father and mother means those who are following Brahmanical culture. And this birth is called birth by semen, Shukra. The next birth takes place when one is initiated by spiritual master, and this birth is called Savitra. The third birth, called Yagika, takes place when one is given an opportunity to worship Lord Vishnu. Then actually, Guru comes, who is coming in Parampara and teach you the Bhashyas of the Vedas, teach you the real message of Vedas. Veda is to sarved, aham eva vedyo, is to know Krishna. That's the message of Vedas. So he initiates you in bona fide parampara. He gives that spiritual knowledge. Okay. Despite the opportunities for attaining such births, even if one gets the lifespan of a demigod, if one does not actually engage in service of the Lord, everything is useless. So even if you have a good birth, but if you are not actually practicing devotional service, what is the use? Similarly, one's activities may be mundane or spiritual, but they are useless if they are not meant for satisfying the Lord. Even if you do demigod worship, even if you practice jnana, renunciation, tapa, swadhyaya, even if you do all these things, you know the Vedas, but if you are not devotee, if you are not engaged in devotion service, what is the use? What is the use of all 3 births here is mentioned? Really, really amazing. Look at the purport. The word Shukra Janma means taking birth by seminal discharge. Animals can take birth in this way too, Prabhupada's purport. Immediately, bang, don't be too proud of your birth. Actually, I'm born in Brahmin family, I'm born in this family, I'm born in that family. It's just, hold on, even animals are born like that. However, human being can be reformed from Shukra Janma, reformed. Reform means samskara. Samskara in Sanskrit. Okay. As recommended in Vedic civilization, before the birth takes place, or before the birth takes place, samskara start. You see that? How to get good children. Not that John Lennon describes, we are all begotten by one drunken Saturday night. You know, you drink a little bit and meet somebody in the bar or in the club, and then you had sex, and she said, "Oh, I'm pregnant. Will you marry me?" "Yeah, sure. Just tell me your name at least." So this is how people, like cats and dogs in the West, they begot the children. But look what means Vedic civilization. How you get good mind frame. How you get good mind frame. How you get sattvic person to appear in your family. How you get the devotee. Look at this. Before the birth takes place, or before father and mother unite, there is ceremony called Garbhadhan Samskar, which must be adopted. So this is important. If Garbhadhana Samskar is not done, you are not accepted as a Brahmana. They will not give you Vedic knowledge. You will wear Brahmin thread, you will be there in all meetings, you will be roaming around with Brahmanas, you are called Vijay Bandhu, a friend of a Brahman, because you are not done Garbhadhana Samskara. So many conditions are there. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur lists all the conditions. We'll come to that. This Garbhadana Samskara is specially recommended for higher castes, especially Brahmana caste. It is said in Shastra that if Garbhadana Samskara is not practiced among the higher castes, entire family becomes Shudra. It is also stated that in this age of Kali, everyone is Shudra due to the absence of Garbhadana Samskara. This is the Vedic system. So how much care was given to produce good population? How much care was given to produce population which mindset is conducive to spiritual life? This is, you can see today's kids, you can see us, people who come from Western countries. So much Rajagun, so much Tamagun, so much passion, so much lust, so much anger. It's just completely wrong set of mind is given right before the birth by the consciousness of mother and father, by the activities, sinful activities of mother and father. Yeah? And now you have to come and change it. It's difficult. But power of Mahamantra is there, blessing of Guru is there, so chance is given to everyone. You can see Indian devotees, they very less divorce we have in India. Why is like that? The mindset is there. Pious people are there. How easily Indians becomes devotees. Why? Because there's some punya is there. Some mindset is better. More sattva gun is there. More dutifully they are brought up. More piously, more, as they say in India, God-fearing. God-loving, we will say in Gaudiya Vaishnavayaga. No? So you can see that effect is different. India is the most pious country in the world. There's no people like so pious like this. This is unbelievable. Okay, so here. Now, why these people then claim by birth Brahmanas? Because they misunderstand Vedic statements. Look at this statement. Brahmana, Brahmanyam Jata. A Brahmana is born from Brahmana, father and mother. Okay? So where does it? By birth Brahmana. No! Who is Brahmana, mother and father? Those who has those qualities. Brahman Janati iti Brahmana. So, now, Brahmana is born, how? Because they practice Garbhadana Samskara. So now Brahmana is born. Okay. Now, he is born like that. Then he gets his Upanayana. Then he has to go through the training. Then when he shows Lakshana, then Guru comes and gives Diksha. This is the Brahmana we want. This is what is required. This is, so 3 births. The Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur explained. You have to read this book, Brahmana and Vaishnava, if you did not already read it. It's really so important for us to understand. The first birth is one father and mother. Okay. Second birth is, father is Acharya and mother is Gayatri, because Brahma Gayatri is given. This is second birth. Third birth is spiritual master again, your Diksha Guru. He is the father, and the initiation mantras, the Pancharatrika mantras, the Gayatri mantras are given, other mantras apart from Brahma Gayatri, other mantras are given, and the knowledge about bhakti, knowledge about eternal relation with God is given. So this is third, but this is mother and father. Okay. Just a second. Okay. So now, what was the Vedic system? Who was really accepted as a Brahmana? It was so strict. You have to ascertain that 4 fathers of his family, beginning from Brahma, without any break, you have to show lineage that you are in pure Brahmin family. And they would maintain the charts, the books. They would be memorizing all the names of the forefathers and rishis and come to, I don't know, to Gautama Rishi and then come to Brahma or come to this Rishi and, they will have to chant it. When they introduce, who are you? He has to give his lineage. Just see this, because there are others also who became Brahmana in the meantime. Like Vishwamitra became Brahmana. Others are also quoted. I'll just show a little bit. So, you have to prove that by this quoting that all are pure Brahmanas, you have to prove that there was no intercaste marriage anywhere happened. Crossbreed, not allowed. To get the purest set of mind, that was required. And everybody knows. It works with the animals. It works with the humans. It's called eugenics, is it? It's banned, it's prohibited. But they were doing for hundreds and thousands of years, even humans were doing. Royal families will marry only royal family. If you marry outside royal family, you lose status of royal. Now they went extreme. They could not marry, they didn't want to share wealth with others. So they marry within the family, and all kinds of deformed people are born because of the too close relationship married. That's another extreme. But point is, they had the concept, they had idea. No? They had idea that something is there in that birth. Okay. So the main thing in Vedic is this Garbhadana samskara and all other samskaras. How many samskaras are there for Brahmanas in lifetime? Huh? How many? 16. 16 main, and one place mentioned 55. 55 samskaras. And so you have to tell your lineage. You have to prove that there were no any intercaste marriage. And before each pregnancy, that Garbhadana samskara is done. That also, you have to prove that, okay, this is third child. I have seen you doing for first child, but third child, Garbhadana samskara must be done. So what that means? For completely full control mind and senses. It's not that one day I saw my wife and there was favorable breeze and flowers were smelling and Cupid strike me and we begot the child. Forget it, not in Brahmin family. Date is chosen by astrologer, by elders, advice. Okay, these are auspicious days. Now you do Garbhadana samskara. Mind is completely controlled. Therefore it is important. Not by lust. Oh, we have, your Brahma, we have children like cats and dogs. Whenever lust comes, I approach my wife. No. It's not done like this. You see, this is and then you get quality children. Then that pious soul is invoked. Lord is requested, please send us some pious soul. We will create atmosphere so he can become Krishna conscious. Otherwise, Janani Masasya, then otherwise they don't become mother and father. What is use begetting the cats and dogs? No, this is Vedic system. Okay, who am I? I'm born in Chandala's family. At least you are people born in India in pious family, But we are discussing Shastras, so nobody should get upset. Okay, so then, by 8 years old, this is explained. Ashtavarsham Brahmanam Upanayita. Clear. Ashtavarsham, when you're 8 years, Brahmana Upanayita. You get Brahma Gayatri Upanayana, Brahmin thread, and you chant your Gayatri Mantra. Then, this is samskara. So now you will be taught Vedas. First, you will memorize the Vedas. You will stuff your mind from childhood with thousands of Vedic mantras, which are purifying, which are after you will learn from Guru Bhashyas, after you learn how to use mantra, what is the purpose of mantra, what is the purpose of kalpa, what is the nirukti, what is vyakaran, then what is the meaning of this mantra, what is this stotra, then you learn the Vedas, then you learn the yagyas, you learn all kinds of rituals, pujas, yagyas, homas, yagas, havis, all different details are given there. So many things you will learn. So this is explained. And then you have all kinds of Brahmanas who did Garbhadana samskara only once, but have many children. Those are not accepted. Those are immediately not accepted as a pure Brahmanas. Okay. Then you have some intercaste marriage took place. Those are also not accepted. Okay. Then Brahmanas who are few generation Brahmanas now, they became Brahmanas and they are maintaining few generation. Till they show the Lakshanas, they are accepted as a Brahmanas. So, Gargya Brahmanas were descended of Shini, the son of Garga. Modgalya Brahmanas were descended of Mudgala. Vashishta Brahmanas were descended of says Vashishta and the son of Mitra from the womb of Urvashi. So all these Brahmanas who became Brahmanas, they are accepted. Not not Shokra, okay, they're not exactly born in Brahmin family, but they became Brahmana by qualities, will remain glorified as Brahmanas as long as they continue to remain qualified, which is the root foundation of Brahmanism, you know. So, you see, therefore, even today, in Brahmana Gurukuls, they hesitate to teach us ISKCON people Vedas. They will not take boy who is not born in Brahmin family. But do they really ask, narrate your lineage and prove that Garbhodana Samskara is done and Upanayana is done, and then they see the qualities. First of mother and father. Before even seeing the child, you have to speak to mother and father. You know, it's so much tells about child when you talk to the parents. See their qualities, no? So this is all these things are counted. So even today they won't teach, because that was the Vedic rule. But nowadays everything is degraded. They are taking boys only by Shokra and Savitra, Upanayana. Although they do not know Garbhodana Samskara is done or not done, or they are not doing. Another Shastra says, if Brahmana does not do 3 Sandhyas, Sandhya Vandana, he is not Brahmana. No? So we have few devotees here who are coming from Brahmin family. How many Sandhya Vandanas you did? Till age of 7, 8, 9, till the grandfather could control you, you know. Or till they send you to the school. Because of school stopped, correct? You did? How long you did?
I did for 3 years, up to 10 standard.
Up to 10 standard.
And then again,
Okay.
in between.
Up to 10 standard he did. After that, all mantras pranam to you. Now, you see, this is what it is. Yeah? So, now, how we get access to Vedas, to mantras, to initiation or anything like this? Then how do we get initiated? So, Srila Prabhupada explains that we get initiated according to Pancharatrika system. Okay. According to Pancharatrika system, however, even though everyone is Shudra due to absence of Garbhodana Samskara, if a person has but a little tendency to become Krishna conscious, he should be given the chance to elevate himself to the transcendental platform of devotional service. Our Krishna consciousness movement adopts this Pancharatrika Vidhi, as advised by Srila Sanatana Goswami, who says, Yata kanchanatam yati kamsyam rasa vidananat tata diksha vidanena dvijatvam jayate nrinam. So, this is the system. As bell metal, when mixed with mercury, is transformed to gold, a person, even though not golden, pure, can be transformed into Brahmana or Dvija simply by initiation process. So this is quoted in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Thus, if one is initiated by proper person, he can be accepted as twice born immediately. Now Prabhupada explains the system in ISKCON. In our Krishna consciousness movement, we therefore offer the student his first initiation and allow him to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly and following regulative principles, one becomes qualified to be initiated as Brahmana. Because unless one is qualified Brahmana, he cannot be allowed to worship Lord Vishnu. Okay. Now, this is called Yagika Janma, the third one. Okay. In our Krishna consciousness society, unless one is twice initiated, first by chanting Hare Krishna and second by Gayatri Mantra, he is not allowed to enter the kitchen or deity room to execute duties. However, when one is elevated to the platform on which he can worship the deity, his previous birth does not matter. So this is the system. No? And this is amazing. This ISKCON is doing something like Lord Buddha did. Lord Buddha said that I reject the Vedas if they teach this animal killing and eating unnecessarily. So he stopped all the materialistic yagyas and animal sacrifices, and he brought everyone back to follow first Vedic principle, which is ahimsa. So ISKCON is doing the same thing. In the sense, what is the sense? That we are giving opportunity to everyone, whatever regardless of their birth, which is completely something you may say against the Vedas. We give chance everyone to develop qualities, lakshanas of the Brahmanas, which is the main Vedic principle. We completely reject this idea by birth. And we give everyone chance. But again, Prabhupada insisted, we accept one quality should be shown. A lakshana should be shown. So we are giving that chance to actually develop those qualities required in Vedas to know the goal of life, to practice the spiritual life, to practice the sadhana, to follow regulatory principles, to know what is the goal of life and to live it. That is Brahmana. So therefore you say Vaishnava is immediately better than Brahmana. Why? Because Brahmana you may be, but if you don't engage in devotional service, then what is the use? And here, even if you are not born in Brahmin family, but if you engage in devotional service, that's perfection. That already you are Brahmin. So this is what is discussed. And immediately shloka is quoted, Chandalopi dvijasreshto hari bhakti parayanaha hari bhakti vihinascha dvijapi swapachadamaha. Even if one is born in family of Chandala, if one engaged in devotional service of Lord, he becomes the best of Brahmanas. But even a Brahmana who is devoid of devotional service is on the level of the lowest, even Brahmana, but who is devoid of devotional service. Hari Bhakti Vihina, Shwapacha Adama, he is considered on the level of low dog eater. If a person is advanced in devotional service, it does not matter whether he was born in Chandala family. He becomes purified. Ashli Prahlad Maharaj says, Vipradvi Shadguna Yutat Aravindanaba Padaravinda Vimukhat Shwapacham Varishtam. Even if one is Brahmana and is qualified with all Brahmanical qualification, he is considered degraded if he is averse to worship Supreme Personality of Godhead, like Prahlad Maharaj's two gurus. Correct? Yeah. But if a person is attached to the service of the Lord, he becomes glorified even if he is born in Chandala family. Indeed, such a Chandala can deliver not only himself, but all his family predecessors. Without devotional service, even a proud Brahmana cannot deliver himself, or what to speak of his family. In many instances in the Shastra, it is seen that even Brahmana has become a Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Mlecha, or non-Brahmana. That also we have seen in the Shastras. Correct? Mahabharata, Ramayana. Any example? Brahmana becomes Kshatriya, Dronacharya, Parashuram, okay, Vaishya, Shudra, Mlecha, that also. And there are many instances of ones being born a Kshatriya or Vaishya or even lower in the 18th year, attaining elevation to Brahmanical platform by process of initiation. Therefore, Narad Muni said, Yasya yal lakshanam proktam pumso varna vyanjakam. So this is what is required. This is Yasya yad lakshanam proktam. It is not the fact that because one is born in Brahmin family is automatically Brahmana. He has a better chance to become Brahmana. But unless he meets all Brahminical qualification, he cannot be accepted as such. Just like we have our Vaikuntha Ananda Prabhu. Mother is a doctor, father is a doctor. So he became doctor also. But not by birth. He had to go to the college. He has to qualify himself. Definitely, as a child, he saw mother, he saw father, he went to hospital, he saw their practicing. And, all this social pressure and pride and, respect and money and all these influences were there. And naturally, in those atmospheres, you may expect, you will become doctor. But if you say, my father is doctor, mother is doctor, I'm doctor by birth, who will go to you? Nobody will, take medicine from you, What college you finished? Where's your degree? No, but birth, doctor. That's even more important, no? So same thing, person, I'm Brahmin, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. But he has definitely better chance. If you are born in Brahmin family, definitely you have better chance to practice spiritual life. Definitely. Then you are born in family where they are meat eaters, they're drinking, they're beating, they're not talking to you. There's no intelligible sound given to the child at all. They're grown up like animals, like tribe, like really neglected. And you can see that they're mentally, intellectually, they're undeveloped. They are actually undeveloped. Okay, I have to go a little fast down, don't mind. On the other hand, if Brahmanical qualification found in the person of a Shudra, he should immediately be accepted as Brahmana. To substantiate this, there are many quotes from Bhagavata, Mahabharata, Bharadvat Samhita, Pancharatras like that. So these are all explained by Srila Prabhupada. Okay. Now Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur quotes from Vedas to explain definition of Brahmana. Look at this. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, the names of 108 Upanishads are mentioned in Muktika Upanishad. Among them, 36th Upanishad is called Vajra Shuchika Upanishad. It is said that Shankaracharya composed an elaborate commentary on this Upanishad and thus became very famous. It is described in Vajra Shuchika Shruti as follows. Tarhi ko va Brahmano nama. Who is a Brahmana? This is the first statement. Yakhachit atmanam advitiyam jati guna kriya hinam shad. Okay, I'll just read translation. It's a long shloka. Then who is the Brahmana? Upanishad said. Anyone who knows the self as one, means that you know that aham brahmasmi, devoid of mundane caste, qualities, mundane qualities, and activities. Devoid of mundane caste, qualities, activities. Devoid of contamination by the six enemies, lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, and envy, and the six waves, distress, illusion, hunger, thirst, old age, and death. The personification of the transcendental knowledge and bliss, beyond duality, yet the basis of all material dualities, the super soul of all living entities, all pervading inside and outside like the vast sky, endowed with uninterrupted bliss, immeasurable, known only through the spiritual realization, and directly self-manifesting, one who directly realizes self as one sees an amaleki fruit in the palm of his hand. This is example that when self-realized soul actually realizes self, how he realizes. Just like you have the amala fruit in your hand. As clearly as you can see the fruit in your hand, this clearly Brahmana sees the self as a spirit soul, not as the body. This is example here. The Shishyas are asking Guru, describe as the self, reveal to us the self, just like I'm seeing this fruit. Can you explain it like this clearly to us? So this is the definition of Brahmana here. You see that? Who lives always satisfied, devoid of faults like lust and anger, who possesses qualities like peacefulness, self-control, who is devoid of envy, thirst for material enjoyment, illusion, and other faults, and who is untouched by pride, false ego, and so on. Such person is Brahmana. This is also the opinion of Shrutis, Smritis, Itihatas, Puranas, not only Vedas, all the Shastras and other scriptures. Otherwise, one cannot be real Brahmana. Okay. So all these things are very important for us, that how we are getting Diksha, why we are getting Diksha. One should not aspire to get second initiation for prestige, to be recognized as a Brahmana. I am senior devotee, I am Brahmana, I am second initiated. The very purpose Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur introduced this Vedic Diksha and Pancharatrika Diksha, this Brahmin thread and Upanayana to Gaudiya Vaishnavas, was to show that these are real Brahmanas. Previously, people take by birth Brahmana, social status Brahmana. Now again, we are taking Upanayana to prove the social status. Again, we are defeating very purpose why it was introduced by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, we know somebody was pushing Prabhuji, I want to worship deity. I said, what happened to you? You were running from the altar like a cat running from water, You never show any interest. But now he realized, if I worship little bit deity, I'll get second initiation. It was exposed. It's not pure motivation. It's not that, If Guru says that you are qualified, he'll give. There is no need to ask. If for service is given, then that should be respected also. But not that he does 1 month service and then that's it. After Prabhuji, I cannot do this, I'll do this, and just wears Brahmin thread and goes off. No, why? For prestige. Then the purpose is lost. Then you are not Brahmin. No? Guru Maharaj say, Brahmin thread you can wear, it costs 2 rupees. That's not the point. It's not for show. It's not to use it for that. It's not showing your high social status. It's not done for that. It's done for the service. It's done for purification. It's done for developing love for God. It's done for accepting more services and focus. And now we have to extend a little bit this class. Is that okay for you? There's already 5 minutes left only to 9, so we have to little explain this. Okay, so what is this? The Upanayana ceremony. The Upanayana. Nayana means eye also. Upanayana means new eye. Srila Bhakti Rakshat Sridhar Dev Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's godbrother, disciple of Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, he explains, with these eyes, you can see only Bhur Swa. Actually, you can't even see this much. Only Bhur you can see with gross eyes. Bhuva is already subtle, and Swa is the highest. Varenyam, the mantra is given, the Gayatri Mantra, So he explains that Upanayana means the new eyes is given through the transcendental knowledge, by which you can see that abode which is behind this material realm, but which otherwise cannot be seen. So this is called Upanayana ceremony. That actually transcendental knowledge, Divya Jnana, is given so that you can see the spiritual. Remember, Krishna has to give Divya Chakshusha to Arjuna to see. Even this Virat Rupa he could not see by the ordinary eyes. What to speak of spiritual form, what to speak of Goloka Vrindavan, Vaikuntha. So this is called Upanayana. He explains like this. But the eye is given from Vedas as Gayatri. From this time onwards, try to learn your environment in different way. He explains like this. Burbhuva Swa Mahajana Tapa Satya Loka. These plans of the world of your experience evolve from consciousness. This is all what you can see here. Bhu means world of flesh eyes. Bhu, earthly planetary system. Bhuva is mental aspect of the same. Antariksha, Bhuva, subtle, ghost, subtle bodies, all these Kim Purushas, Gandharvas, Chandaras, they all have these subtle bodies. And then in this way, they have finer and finer conception. More higher you go, more fine matter is there. But then there is a Savitur Varenyam. There is another realm which is completely spiritual, untouched by anything material, and most fine, most profound, the most subtle. You have gross body, you have subtle body, but you have spiritual body also. Stula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Nitya Sharira also, Swarupa, that's also there. So the spiritual world is made like that, of the spiritual element. And that is the place where God lives there, and He is in the center, and everyone serves Him. This is what we have to see by Upanayana. By Upanayana, one should become devotee, one should know that I am eternal servant of God. I am meant to go to spiritual world. What is spiritual world? Spiritual world is place where Krishna is in the center and everybody serves Him and everybody is His devotee. This is what is explained. So this is Pancharatrika Diksha. Okay, I'll skip a little bit of this quote. Let me see where we are. Okay, Prabhupada explains here why we take this Pancharatrika Diksha. And Pancharatrika Diksha, these Gayatri Mantras are given for deity worship. For cooking for the deity. Kitchen is just extension of altar. There is no different pujari and the cook. There is no difference. Kitchen is just another room of the altar. That's it. There is no difference. So Prabhupada explains. Factually speaking, even those who are situated in material mode of goodness cannot understand position of Supreme Personality of Godhead. What then it is to be said of those who are situated in Rajaguna and Tamaguna, the base qualities of material nature? How can we even imagine the Supreme Personality of Godhead? There are so many philosophers trying to understand absolute truth, but since they are situated in these base qualities of material nature and are addicted to so many bad habits like drinking, meat eating, illicit sex, gambling, how can they conceive of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? For them it is impossible. For the present day, the Pancharatrika Vidhi, as enunciated by Narada Muni, is the only hope, Prabhupada says. So what is this Gayatri Mantra process, Pancharatrika Diksha given? That we are instructed in the deity worship we are instructed in sadhana bhakti, Vaidhi bhakti, so that we can purify our mind, purify our consciousness, purify our intelligence, purify our senses, and then we can chant Hare Krishna mantra purely and actually develop love for God. This is why it's given the system. This is why Diksha is given, that we can actually get purified. Otherwise there is no hope. Without deity worship, without following rules, regulations, simply sitting, chanting, we cannot. Our mind is in Rajagun, Tamagun, lust, count, greed, all this mess we have, So, here, Srila Prabhupada quotes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is from Prabhupada in Chaitanya Charitamrita. In Bhakti Sandarbha, Srila Jiva Goswami described the importance of deity worship and initiation. Diksha as follows. Yadrapi Śrī Bhagavat Mate Pancharatra Adi Vat Archana. So, okay, this is long shloka. I'll just see the translation Prabhupada given. It is Srimad Bhagavatam's opinion that the process of deity worship is not actually necessary. Just a specific prescription, Pancharatra and other scriptures do not have to be followed. Bhagavatam Vidhi. Okay, Bhagavata Vidhi is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dhasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. This is called Bhagavatam. And Pancharatrika Vidhi means deity worship. Okay, so we are following these two in ISKCON, both simultaneously, just like a train goes on the truck, double truck is, this, how you call it, the line? Rails. Two rails are there. So we are simultaneously, we are practicing Shravana, Kirtan, Vishnu, Smaranam, and we are worshipping the deities. And that helps us so much to focus our mind, senses purified. The Bhagavatam enjoys that even without practicing deity worship, one can achieve complete success of human life by any of other devotional process, such as simply offering oneself lotus feet for his protection. So what is it? Atma Nivedana. You do Atma Samarpan. Okay? And definitely you go home back to Godhead. But we are not qualified. This is the problem. How many times we heard, Sarva Dharmam Parityaja Mamekam Sarvam Vraja. Prabhupada said, what is the difficulty? A crazy mind is the difficulty. The attachments are difficult. Anarthas are difficult. Lower modes are difficult. This is what is the difficulty. This is what is explained. Okay. So, what is happening? Nonetheless, Vaishnava following the path of Sri Narada and his successors endeavor to establish personal relation with the Lord by receiving grace of bona fide spiritual master through initiation. And in this tradition, devotees are obliged at the time of initiation to begin engaging in deity worship. So, Narada Muni, as a person in our parampara, who is Narada Muni? A disciple of Brahma. He comes, he is Guru of Vyasadeva. So, he gives the process of deity worship. Why? Although deity worship is not essential, the material conditioning of most candidates for devotional service requires that they engage in this activity. It requires deity worship. Why? When we consider their bodily and mental conditions, we find that the character of such candidates is impure and their minds are agitated. Therefore, to rectify this material condition, the great sage Narada and others have at different times recommended various kinds of regulations for deity worship. This is called Pancharatrika Vidhi or Pancharatra, Narada Pancharatra particularly. Okay, so here the definition is given. Ratrancha Jnanavachanam Jnanam Panchavidam Smritam Tenedam Pancharatrancha Pravadanti Manishina. Pancharatra means in 5 nights. Lord Vishnu again spoke Vedas when Madhu and Karta was stolen all the Vedic knowledge from Brahma. But Pancharatra means also 5 types of knowledge according to this definition. Pancha means 5. Ratra means jnana or knowledge. According to authorities, there are 5 kinds of knowledge. Vedic, Yogic, Mayic, Mukti and Bhakti. The knowledge by which one attains to the loving devotional service of Sri Radha Krishna, it's called Bhakti. And therefore all Pancharatras like Bhayashirsha Pancharatra, Shandilya Pancharatra, Narada Pancharatra is what we follow. Because this is explaining this aspect of knowledge, Bhakti. So, Lord explained these 5 types of knowledge to Brahma again, and Bhakti, we follow the Pancharatra Vidhis. So, you have 4 Vedas, you have Smritis, Puranas, you have Nyaya Shastra, all the Darshanas, and then apart from that, you have Pancharatra books, Pancharatra Agamas. These are separately given. Essence of all Vedas given by the Lord in 5 nights to different personalities. And of all of this, the Narada Pancharatra describes deity worship, describes this for practicing bhakti, to focus mind, senses, smell, touch, eyes, ears, everything. The deity worship is recommended. And that helps us, purifies us. And this is engagement, personally worship of the Lord. So that's another aspect for bhakti, that you are seeing the form, you are treating the Lord, you are bathing the Lord, you are dressing the Lord, you are cooking for Him, you are glorifying Him, you are taking your palaki, you are planting the flowers, the fruits, you are building the temple for His pleasure, you are conducting festival in His glorification. Oh, this is personal worship. This is so conducive for the ultimate goal, which is to develop love of God and go home back to Godhead, worship Him eternally there. So here, the Srila Prabhupada explains further. The Narada Pancharatra specifically deals with the topic of bhakti, and therefore is most important for all devotional aspirants in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Okay, so here, Prabhupada continues explaining. The knowledge contained in Narada Pancharatra puts end to birth, death, old age and disease and reveals the supreme truth. Krishna also spoke this knowledge to Supreme Fortune Shambhu, Lord Shiva. Okay, so this is explained. Okay, let me see. Okay, then continue. Narada Muni, after studying all scriptures, heard this unparalleled knowledge from the lotus mouth of best of devotees, Lord Shiva, who heard it from Krishna. At that time, Narada compiled the Pancharatra, which is the essence of nectar. So this is how Narada Muni got it. Actually, Shiva was there hearing directly from Lord Vishnu. And then Narada Muni heard it from Shiva, and then he spoke it out. So this is little details I'm giving you like this. Okay, so what is the Pancharatra Diksha? Pancharatra Diksha, the devotees, how we are initiated in ISKCON. We are initiated to that Pancharatrika Vidhi. We are initiated by Pancharatric Diksha. We are not initiated by Vedic Diksha because we are unqualified. Okay, so we are initiated by Pancharatric Diksha. Pancharatric Diksha means that Pancha Samskaras are done on our initiation ceremony. Pancha Samskaras are described here in the Shastra. Tapa, Pondram, Tatanama, Mantra Yagascha Panchama. Amihi Pancha Samskara, Paramaikanti Hetavaha. Tapa, Pundra, Nama, Mantra and Yaga. These 5 items comprise Pancha Samskara. They are the cause of intense devotion to the Lord. So these 5 things are done when we take initiation ceremony. Now, usually it was done in one stroke. There was no first Harinam Diksha, what we call it, and the Brahmin Diksha. That, second initiation, first initiation. That was introduced because the people are so fallen in Kali Yuga, particularly Western people, that Prabhupada had to give them time to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra first to get purified. And once he sees that they are sincere, then he will give them the Gayatri Mantras, Pancharatric Mantras, the mantras given to Brahma by Krishna. No? The mantras which will reveal spiritual world, spiritual abode, like that. So the time usually is done at once. First and second was done. The Diksha means your name will be changed. So okay, let's see from beginning. Tapa. Okay. The Tapa. Tapa, first thing you think of tapasya, austerity. Yes, that's also there. But Tapa actually, what it means, it's that body is marked by the mudras, by the Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Like in Śrī Vaishnava line, you have, or Madhvas, they hit the symbols of Shankha and Chakra and they will imprint on your body. So it will stay for maybe 6 months or maximum a year, few months it will stay. So, marking a body as a by the signs of Vishnu or Vishnu's names. In our Sampradaya we don't do that, but what is done those days of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that on the body by sandal or by chandan, by gopi chandan, the one we write Radha Krishna or Hare Krishna, names of God will be written on the body. Even now somebody has these mudras. You've seen madhvas, they put Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, they put with Chandan also. Every day you can see madhvas, you can recognize them. Same tilak as us, but they have here, real Chandan here. So you understand, madhvas. Still they put this tapa. They put this sign, they decorate the sign. Okay, so, and that in our line we put, but even that is nowadays forgotten. Even that is not done much, huh?
Śrī Vaishnavas, they do that.
Yeah, no, Śrī Vaishnavas, they do that, but we don't put holy names on. I saw some devotees doing it, but not many. Okay, so Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that the students voluntarily accept some amount of renunciation, from worldly activity. Once you go for Diksha, it doesn't look good. It's not a good sign that still you are greedy for material things, still you are going on running after material pleasures, So these things is also tapa, that some renunciation from material world must be shown. And then he says that, but even if one does this, so much control of lust, so much control of mind, so much chanting the mantras, following sadhana, this, that. But if it's not done for the purpose of achieving the love of God, for achieving the service to the Lord, for going to Vaikuntha, then what is the use? He says, so much endeavor but no use, no? So he defines like this. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, aversion to material life and attachment to Supreme Lord is called tapa. Must be that attachment also to the Supreme Lord. So this is tapa. Tapa means marking the body, and this detachment from world and attachment to the Lord. Both things must be there. Pondra. So when you take initiation, pondra or urdhva pondra, the tilak is applied. So you mark your body as a tilak, as a temple of Vishnu. We mark our body with tilak, and we wear it every day throughout our life. We decorate the body with tilak. We are Vaishnavas. It's for purification, for protection, for remembering the Lord, and to show that we are devotees. We declare in the society we are devotees. You can't just put tilak and go outside and drink beer and smoke. And there is social pressure. It's a protection. It's a protection that you behave as a Vaishnava. And also, it's a preaching. Anybody who sees you with tilak gets purified. Here in Tamil Nadu, this Vedic injunction is so much twisted by materialistic people that it is shockingly how people misunderstood it. It is said when you see, Shastra says, when you see Vaishnava with the Urdhva Pundra, that this is such a spiritual blessing that you will lose taste for material things. And now how local people in Tamil Nadu interpret. In the morning we came out of railway station and rickshawala saw, oh, look at these people with tilak, with nama. Finished, today, day is finished, you will not earn anything. How they misunderstood, and it's so prominent, this thing. Oh, finished today, day, nothing, gone. Today we are ruined. How they misunderstood, Baba, this most auspicious thing happened to your life. You've seen the servants of Vishnu, you've seen the servants of Krishna devotees. You are reminded of goal of life. You are reminded, you are given chance to stop repeated birth and death, to stop all suffering. You have been given chance to give up material life, and you are, misunderstanding this. Such an auspicious thing to see the tilak. Okay, so now look at Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives a little more apart from tilak, Urdhva Pundra. What he says? Look at this, beautiful. What is Urdhva Pundra? It is effulgence. It is also known as Urdhva Gati, the path of advancement. By taking shelter of Sachitanand Lord Hare, soul follows the path of advancement, Urdhva Gati. The illumination of the soul, the mind and the body is called Urdhva Pundra. Actually purification, actually our enlightenment, actually the effulgence of the pure soul, this is called Urdhva Pundra. And Urdhva Gati is path of enlightenment that Jiva follows, going to return home, back to Godhead. Okay, so Nama then. What is that where we are? Tapa Pundra Nama. The tilak also, apart from represents the footprints of the Lord, the tilak. There are many explanations. Somewhere is explained that tilak, Urdhva Punta, represents the footprint of Krishna's flute, that this is Tulasi, or represents lotus feet of the Lord, marking on the lotus feet of the Lord like that. But usually it's taken as a pada of the Lord. Okay. And then different tilakas are in different sampradayas. All are Urdhva Puntras. Sri Vaishnava, Madhvas, the Pushti Margis, and Nimbarkas. Everybody has Urdhva Puntra. But according to the particular school, a little different shape, different colors. But it's the same thing, Urdhva Puntra. Okay. Now, the Nama, the holy name is given by the Guru. Guru tells the mantra. He tells you Maha Mantra in the ear on initiation day. Particularly Gaudiya Vaishnava, we have Guru also chants on our mala, sanctify Japa mala. He chants one round. And you hear, you know when the beginning days, you can see Prabhupada sitting there and everybody waiting for initiation. And then he is chanting in front of everyone. 10 of them, 11, they were taking first Diksha. Prabhupada chanted the 11 rounds in front of everyone. Chant one round, finish round, then you give it. Okay, you promise to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, give commitment, following 4 regulatory principles, taking only Krishna Prasadam, like that. So, the Nama is given the holy name, and also Guru gives you Vishnu's Nama. He adds to your name Das, which was previously done. He gives you Vishnu's name, and Dasa is added, Krishna's name, Das, Krishna Das, Narayana Das, like that. So that's also that you identify, now I'm servant of Krishna, now I'm servant of Hare. I'm Ramanuja line, Ramanuja Dasan, or whatever. All are servants of the Lord. Now we identify as a servants, as a devotee. It's not anymore belonging to this family, this caste, this color, or whatever, So this is how Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Nama is the holy name of God, which awakens the soul's eternal nature. So the holy name is given. The eternal nature of soul is servitude to Lord. And by tasting the nectar of Lord's holy name, the soul is carried to the supreme abode. Then he says, I'm Haridasa, I'm not the enjoyer of this world. Even Maya herself is eternally connected to Krishna, and I must utilize her in the service of Krishna. So this is how Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So this is the consciousness. Once you take Diksha, we are not enjoyers of material worlds anymore. We are even seeing Maya as a servant of Krishna. So whatever Maya is offering, facilities in material world, resources, opportunities, money, fame, powers, everything is used in Krishna service. This is the explanation. That means the consciousness. Okay? So mantra. Then mantra is given. What is that? Tapa puntra tata nama mantra. Then mantra is given. Mantra means the Gayatri Mantra is given, which is part of Vedic initiation, and the Pancharatric mantras are given. 3 mantras are given. The Pancharatric mantras, Guru Mantra is given, Gora Mantra is given, and the Gopala Mantra is given, which were already Brahma received, and 3 Gayatris are given. The Guru Gayatri, Gaur Gayatri, and the Kama Gayatri. So you have 7 mantras in our Gaudiya Vaishnava line. Those who are second initiated know, they chant 7 mantras. First is Brahma Gayatri, and then all others follow like that. Okay. So, mantra is, out of mercy, teacher gives this mantra to the student, and particularly mantras are given also for deity worship. We worship Gaurnitai deity. So the Pancharatric mantra is given for Gaurnitai deities. Those who worship the deities, pujaris, they will know. Klim Gauraya Namaha, Klim Nityanandaya Namaha, or Radha Krishna mantras are different, or Lakshmi Narayana mantras are different, Ram mantras are different, but all Pancharatric mantras are given for deity worship. So you cannot worship deity without second initiation. Prabhuji, but we worship, Krishna is merciful, we worship deity without second initiation. But you do not know the mantras. You cannot chant the mantras. You are not chanting Gayatri Mantra. You did not receive it from Guru. How can you worship deity? Therefore, Srila Prabhupada emphasizes that deity worship means second initiation. Not the first initiate. Second initiate devotee, he receives Gayatri Mantras, then only you can worship deity properly. So this is the system. That Kusha Mataji, famous Prabhupada's disciple, who narrates the story in Memories of Prabhupada, how in their temple Pujari left, suddenly quarreled with temple president and left. And then she was asked, first initiated she was at that time, she was asked to worship deity. And she said to temple president, but I have heard from Srila Prabhupada that only second initiated can worship the deities. So temple president said, okay, Prabhupada is in the next city, I'll just call him on phone and ask. So she's waiting there and temple president is calling Prabhupada and telling to Prabhupada that Pujari left, we have nobody else, so can she first initiated? And Prabhupada shouted that for. Shouted. Why first initiated? Why not second initiated? Second initiated has to worship. And Kusha Mataji says that if your spiritual master yells at you, shouts at you, you will never forget till the rest of your life. So whatever people are saying, we are worshipping deity, first initiated, non-initiated, cooking for deity, all these things, But Prabhupada, this is not what Prabhupada wanted. This is not the standard. And here is very clear why. These mantras are given for worship the deities. You cannot do it. You are doing improperly. Means offenses will be committed. So all this mercy, and non-initiated devotees worship deities, first initiated, cooking. Prabhupada say, even cooking for spiritual master is done by second initiated devotee. Even that is explained. Okay, so this is mantra. And yaga, last one is yaga, yagascha. Yaga, of course, is yagya. Yagya is an initiation ceremony, but yaga actually means the worship of the deities. This is what means yaga in this sense. The procedure of deity worship according to Narada Pancharatra, this is yaga. So what is it? Look how Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes. Yaga is procedure of worshiping the Lord by employing all physical and mental faculties of seeing, touching, smelling, tasting, thinking, discriminating and acting. So this is really meant to purify us, to fully absorb us, yaga. Utilizing each of these faculties in worship of Shalagram or deities is a good way to cultivate love of God. Service to Śrī Vigraha, the deity, is called Vaishnavayaga. A person without yaga has no life and he is forced to accept the results of his karma. Therefore, one should live in this world as Vaishnava and engage in deity worship. So this is the explanation of the... Okay, I'll stop here. This is really late. So we will continue tomorrow discussing the Pancharatrika vidhis and discuss a little bit this Gayatri Mantra. What is Kama Gayatri particularly? What are the mantras meant for? We'll discuss a little more tomorrow. Okay, I'll stop here. And if anybody has any question, we can take one or two questions. Otherwise, we can have questions tomorrow also, because I'm really in the middle of something. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, so we take tomorrow. Everybody agrees. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Śrī Brahma-saṁhitā ki jai. Gaur Premanande.